All right. Sorry about that, guys. So we got cut off. We were talking about Treant Protector. Okay, so Treant Protector, one of your favorite heroes, right?
Oh yeah, love it. Um, Mana
So
reduction level 1, beautiful. Um,
yeah, a hero that has mana problems already. So
Overgrowth is now, I think, what's that, a 15% AoE buff? Nice.
if you want to get into numbers, I guess it's big, big AOE now. Very.
Scepter overgrowth damage and vision. I mean, that's a really solid 12 to 13% buff.
It's funny, one of my favorite players, PPD, like his favorite, I think his favorite hero is Treant, but he never builds Scepter, even though he really loves Scepter, just because as a position 5 or position 6, like he plays, you can't get it.
It's
But
so
like,
depressing being poor. I mean,
yeah,
the supports have the best scepters available, period, bar none.
yeah.
And you're
And
never going to
even
buy them.
if, like, you look at like Luna, who has like a really cool Scepter, you never build it because you're never going to use it. You might as well just be a right clicker.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really like Treants. I'd like to see Ags. Like, I love seeing Ags on Treant. It makes it like he's such a good hero to play with whenever you have that much vision. But
It's a lot of
yeah,
fun. Troll Warlord. Um,
some slight buffs. Who
yeah.
else? Definitely
Bull
improved.
got nerfed. Fervor
Yeah,
got.
but
Yeah, I mean, all in all, it's
it's
not
not.
bad.
It's not. Yeah, it's not
Tusk.
like huge, but
Yeah.
I think the
Tusk.
hero's still pretty good. Yeah,
Yeah, he's doing good.
he's just a
Nothing
very, very much single target. So yeah, Tusk, good hero still.
moved. He's been nerfed a little bit. It's nothing major. He went from a 73% pick ban rate pro scene to a 45% pick ban rate,
Yeah,
which is
what's
still
interesting about
pretty
him
large.
is how much in this I think that this almost kind of puts it like in perspective that he is pretty much he used to be a hero that could carry a game
Yeah.
even if he wasn't like a true carry, and he could still play, you can still play him that way, but now he's just more of a he's kind of turned more into a support, and I think this nerf is kind of showing that you have one option or the other, and you can't do the crazy stuff because like Seneko or these crazy supports were pulling heroes out of black holes and chronospheres. Like you shouldn't be able to do that. So
No.
I like that.
Um, so Undying got a bit of a nerf, not terribly big. Tombstone no longer grants experience. Scepter is nice on Ursa because now you no longer have to always pick up a BKB.
Yeah,
Because
it's super
basically
annoying now.
you can be
Mhm.
stunned,
Yeah,
and
and
then
Ursa
suddenly
can
you're
take
taking no
literally no
damage.
damage from anything. Not even pure damage is gonna do much against him now. Whenever he gets his ult off, plus it's every 18 seconds. Like that's a huge buff at the end there. Like you can use that more than once in a fight.
Yeah.
Because a fight, if you plan it right, that fight's gonna last longer than 18 seconds. So, yeah, I think
Uh,
Ursa. I think Ursa's easily one of the best heroes right now because he can fight so early and he can secure Roche for your team. So like he's
yeah.
a very good hero right now.
Venge now has a scepter bonus. I didn't realize this. This is really actually kind of cool. You die, an illusion of you is spawned. It takes 150% damage, deals 50%, but it's able to use all of your abilities.
Yeah,
The illusion lasts until she revives.
yeah. I don't. It can die
That's really
though,
cool.
right?
What?
It can die though.
Oh yeah, yeah. It takes 150% damage, but
Yeah,
that's really cool. I mean,
it'd be funny if it you just swapped with the real one whenever you were back up.
that would
I don't
be
know.
even cooler.
Yeah. So I mean, it's that's the funny thing is like people really didn't want to buy Ags on her, but the people who did were playing support Venge, obviously. So now Venge, it's like
You can no longer
just get a
take P
bonus thing.
breaks. Aj vengeful spirit.
Yeah. So
I mean, I never go to the restroom while I'm dead. Never.
yeah,
It's. I mean, who would do such a thing?
no, you definitely wouldn't do it during a podcast either.
No.
Um,
I wouldn't just ditch my co-caster and
no,
leave him hanging.
definitely not. So
Venomancer got
basically
buffed.
he's a support. Yeah, slight buff, not huge,
Yeah.
but something,
Vicious
right?
Visage got buffed a little bit. Warlock, pretty solid buff. I mean, that's an extra 80 health for strength, and I believe an extra 20 health on the heal.
He's
I want to
still
say.
very situational because, like I was talking about, you don't want to pick like right now. You don't want to pick Enigma. You don't want to pick Tidehunter, and you don't want to pick Warlock because all their abilities have super long cooldowns that prevent you from using them whenever. So, like if you have a Tidehunter and he uses ult, it's like, nope, he just used ult. Let's go back in on him. It's like, or let's jump up in the next 15 seconds after we smoke and just kill him.
Yeah.
So I don't think Warlock's not that important, but I think he's a little bit more viable than those heroes in terms of like he's still doing something after his ult. But
Weaver is now even more annoying.
Oh yeah, and those you can actually just level up the beetles now because they do a ton of damage.
Oh, it's a pain. Windrunner is annoying but less annoying. Shackle Shot is disjointable, so that means if it's shot and like you blink, it'll now leave you.
Yeah.
Thank God.
Yeah, it makes sense. And now you can't get as easy of shackle shots anymore.
Yeah, but it's still pretty easy compared to what it used to be.
Got increased, so.
Winter Wyvern, nobody plays that hero.
Well, not on
our bracket.
Still, he's still very good. It's just different now. So now Winter's Curse, I don't really like the way it is, but basically it makes her like they're immune to all damage from enemies now, which I don't like. But now the enemies attack faster. So, so basically you can, if they have a Dazzle, you can curse them and hopefully they have a PA or somebody who can just kill him immediately. So I mean, it's still a very good ability. She's still a good hero.
Witch Doctor. Oh yeah, go ahead.
No, I'm just saying. I think a lot of people are unhappy with the way Wyvern's been changed.
Yeah, it's changed the dynamic of the hero.
But if you look at competitive games, every game had a Wyvern practically. I don't think there were a few that didn't. I mean, there were a few that did. You know, different.
Witch Doctor has gotten a solid buff.
Good hero.
Wraith King, pretty much untouched, but now you can toggle Vampiric Aura.
Allows you to push it up earlier and not push the lane.
I very much foresee the day in which Vlad's will be toggleable. It needs to happen.
Yeah.
It was also fixed in a patch. Vampiric Aura for a very short time used to give stick charges. It no longer does that because that is stupid and wrong.
It's just a coding issue.
Yeah. New items. We have Fairy Fire. 75 gold, 2 damage. You eat the fire, you gain 75 HP. Super good.
Yeah, it's kind of like a mango, like in terms of it's better than a mango in terms of like whenever a mango came out, people did not buy it because it was too expensive and wasn't really worth it. It was more cost effective to get a salve and a clarity or 2 clarities or something like that.
Yeah.
So now Fairy Fire is pretty good, 2 damage, and could help you if you're like a Shadow Fiend and you need some more damage, but you don't want to spend a money on a Wraith Band and then people typically build a Wraith Band into Ironwood branches and get tangos from their teammates, and that can become really annoying. So you could just get a Fairy Fire and some tangos and still rush a bottle. So I mean, it's really good.
Yeah.
You know, if you don't want to buy some branches, I guess.
Yeah.
Dragon Lance
increases your range, the strength, attack speed, damage.
It's good on certain heroes. I don't think it's like it's definitely not a must-buy item. I don't think it's even must-buy on like Sniper. People were thinking about it. I don't think it's that good.
It'd be good on certain heroes,
and it doesn't stack. As I found out,
Yeah, I
All
didn't
these
think it
people,
would.
all these people build like four of them, four
It,
dragon lances on Enchantress, and it doesn't work like that.
yeah,
It
range heroes only does not stack.
yeah,
Yeah.
specifically says that. I can
But
say
I
it
imagine
doesn't
this
work.
item will be great on TA.
Mm-hmm. It's very
I'd
good on
like.
TA. It's good on
Eighth,
any here, Luna as well,
yeah, I'd imagine any range here with a short range.
and any hero that is going to be building a BKB or something with a quarterstaff, and or sorry, anything that they're going to build with an ogre club, but usually like butterfly builders. Like I think this is pretty good.
Yeah.
Kind of like an alternative to Sanjin Yasha, but cheaper.
Yeah.
Just
Um,
provides different things.
Aether Lens.
Yeah, good item. It's easily the best item of these. It's got a
Yeah.
weird. I don't like the way the item looks as much though. All the
It's
other
pretty
items look
cool.
cooler.
How it works. It's a solid defensive item that gives you very offensive capabilities. If that makes sense, it gives
Yeah,
you magic resistance and regen.
yeah, and it also
But
increases spell damage, so you can build it on
yeah,
here like Zeus. Like you can build like however many of those plus Ags plus Refresher and just die. They'll people just melt. And I saw another thing where you get Aghanims on Huskar with Ethereal Blade, and then buy all the rest of the items Ether lenses. And actually, I think you can get boots with it instead on one of those, but it allows you to just insta kill people.
yeah.
So I mean, there are a lot of different ideas you can make out of it, just theory crafting, and obviously Pudge is
So I
one of
mean,
the
this on
best.
Pudge makes his
4 second hook even better.
yeah, it increases the damage on it. Iron Talon has a lot of potential for jungling. I think it'll get reworked very soon.
Yeah,
Um,
I don't like this item just because has it's brought out a lot of stupidity in the community.
it's
People
500
think
gold, so
anybody can
buy
jungle now.
you can buy Iron
You can
Talon,
buy it
a
as
set of
Pudgy.
Tangos, and an Ironwood or Clarity. No,
Yeah.
just the Talon and a set of Tangos.
Yeah.
I don't know. I like it. It'd be great on
I think that it's funny. It's really good if you're doing a jungle legion, which is like the only one of the few viable jungle heroes. But people don't like seeing jungle legion, but it's actually really good. You can get level 6 before most other people can because she jungles super fast,
yeah.
especially with the Iron
This would be a
Talon.
super efficient way to do it. Abyssal Blade, basically, instead of Abyssal Blade now rewards attack speed more
Yeah.
than
Well, that's what I was talking about
yeah.
earlier with PA or somebody like that. Anybody who builds an Abyssal Blade, you want them to have high attack speed. So now they end up doing about the same damage, but you want to have that high attack speed, so you're proccing that extra damage all the time.
Oh,
So
I didn't realize. Animal Courier. Hands down, this is a buff, not a nerf. Courier purchase cooldown increased from 7 seconds to 2 minutes. If you've ever been a support that accidentally bought a second courier,
yeah, it can't happen anymore. The only problem
can't
I see
happen
with it
anymore.
is like people will run out 2 courier strats in pro games. That doesn't
Sometimes,
happen.
very
It
rarely.
only happens accidentally in our games, but yeah, it's
Um,
cool. I like the
yeah,
way they built it, and I like that it's cheaper
it's
now.
yeah,
I
it's
know
a
you
lot
like it
so
now.
much more helpful. You can now buy a courier, a wand, and some regen, and you're good.
Yeah, you don't have to play super poor in the early game if you buy courier now. Not as
Um,
much.
Boots have been changed. Everything's been reduced by 5. We don't need to go over it.
No, it doesn't, and people might be like, oh, it doesn't affect anybody. It
If it
affects
affects
everybody.
everybody, it
It
affects
doesn't
nobody.
affect. Yeah, exactly.
Assault Curious
Yeah,
is
now attack
buffed.
speed now affects buildings.
Yeah. Blade
Armor potion
Mail
already
is
affects buildings. I didn't
buffed.
know that.
Bottle is
Nerfed, but
buffed.
kind of buffed. It's nerfed slightly. It's nerfed enough to be like you don't have to buy it anymore always. But I still think you want to buy it on any bottle hero. You still want to buy it. It's still such a good item,
Yeah, it's totally a good
and
item.
it transitions well into the late game for like if people
Um,
are invading your base, you can just go back to base and get more charges, regen faster. and now you can buy it in the side
Butterfly
shop.
has been buffed.
Yeah.
Clarity has been buffed.
Oh, and Butterfly, now it basically grants full 522 movement speed. I've
Yeah,
noticed
it's nice.
most of the time. Yeah, it's pretty good. So Cloak, right?
Yes.
It's
A slight
this is
nerf, but
less of a nerf
it's
to
okay.
it's less of a nerf to Cloak and more of a nerf to Glimmer Cape than anything. As we'll see, I think. But yeah, Crimson Guard improved just slightly. Like it's just numbers. I think it got buffed
Yeah.
though.
Um,
Actually. And same thing with Daedalus. Like it got a slight nerf in a way, but now it will proc more often for
I
about
like
the
things
same
that
amount of
proc more
damage.
often.
Exactly. Especially if you
Um,
have high attack speed. So it's good. Good item. Best damage output item in the game, not for towers. Best like killing item, obviously. I mean it's understandable. Didn't you read somewhere that Daedalus does better damage per just attacking heroes than a Divine Rapier will?
Basically, a lot of people are like, "Oh, I want to buy one Daedalus, one Battle Fury, two Rapiers," and basically that is completely wrong. You buy one Rapier and two Battle Furies and a Daedalus, or you buy two Daedalus, a Battle Fury, and a Rapier.
On what hero are you talking about
Like
again?
on Ember or anybody like that.
No,
Basically,
on Ember you still want to get the rapiers. You want the extra rapiers. You don't
but
want the extra Daedalus because it depends on the hero though. Like you want to build more battle fears if they have an illusion hero, like a Chaos Knight or a Phantom Lancer, but you want to get the way pro players, like some of them don't even build um like they'll even get rid of their battle fury and they'll just have like three rapiers or something like that because it just does so much damage and it doesn't require the proc. And if you have one Daedalus, then it's already triggered. But
yeah.
I don't know. It
But
just
I mean,
depends.
DPS wise, it a second Daedalus always beats a second Divine Rapier.
Pretty much, yeah.
Sheer DPS, like
Because
sheer numbers.
yeah, you'll be doing more over time, and
Yeah.
one crit's worth more than one divine rapier hit.
Yeah.
So, all right, diffusal blade, slight buff, basically, just
Yeah.
slight buff. I mean, it's definitely a buff for the int. Like, so you don't have to, if you have int problems and you're buying a diffusal blade, you don't have to worry about getting like a drums or anything to tide you over. So
Drums got buffed.
yeah, and drums got buffed.
E-Blade, Ethereal Blade buffed.
Yeah,
Flying Courier
easier for
buffed.
supports now. It makes more sense. Glimmer Cape,
Slightly nerfed, but
remember, Glimmer Cape used to be a like 55%
yes.
magic resistance. Oh,
And it's still really good right now.
it's still a good item, even though
Heart of Tarask buffed again because guess what? It's a difficult item to build, and it just doesn't pay off on most heroes.
it really is a difficult item to build. You might as well just buy a Scotty.
Yeah.
Like, and that's the funny thing. Like, I'll play anti-mage, and I'm like, I know that there is no, these orbs aren't going to stack, but I'd almost rather have a Scotty than a heart because it will
Yeah.
give me about the same HP, but it will give me extra stuff that I want more. So,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Helm. An interesting.
Yeah.
I mean,
I
it's
think
it's meh.
it's good.
Hood
It
of
makes it better
Defiance
for stacking.
now has a Ember Spirit esque shield.
That absorbs
Pretty
magic
nice.
damage. It's awesome. I think that's really cool. It makes the item like kind of cooler. Like people will want to buy it almost. So Ironwood Branch now can target the ground and plant a happy little tree that lasts 20 seconds. So, and it doesn't, people were actually using it to creep block, which I don't know if it creep blocks anymore, but people were actually trapping their friends, their allies in the base at the beginning of the game.
I can see that. It probably still does. I can't imagine it would. If it's a tree, it's a tree.
No, they stopped it so that people can walk through it. But it still acts like a tree, so like Windrunner can use it to shackle people with.
Yeah.
So it's interesting. But Tangos now can target those trees and they give you twice the regen time. So you get twice the regen. It just lasts longer. So
Javelin's
Double
B,
unlimited
DPS is buffed. Lincoln Sphere has a
They only build
really large buff. What?
Yeah. Oh, I was saying with Javelin, it's like nobody builds that item. Like if you are actually building Javelins without getting the item all at once, then you're probably playing Dota wrong. I think
Yeah.
it's makes much more sense, like just pure strategy wise. If you're wondering, if you're a new player, if you're building a Monkey King bar, either get that Demon Edge or build it all at once. Do not buy javelins unless you're obviously like in a point where you're stuck in your base and you can't get out. You can't do
Javelin by itself is worse than a Chrysalis.
anything. Well, yeah, but it's also cheaper. It's not as easy to build though.
It's not as easy to build.
Yeah, but nobody builds that item just to have it.
Yeah.
So
Lincoln Sphere buffed. Mantle of Intelligence, whatever.
it should be removed because other items like
Yeah, that's not fair.
the
Monkey
only-
King
well,
bar.
I take that back. It shouldn't be removed because Slippers of Agility are still in the side shop. So, and I
But
believe the
Slippers of Agility build into a shield, which
Yes, it makes sense. I just think that it's silly. I think it's silly that Circlet and I honestly think items like Wraithband should just be able to be purchased in the side shop. But I understand why they're not. The only reason I say this is because as a mid player or somebody playing in another lane, playing a lot of safe lane, that mid player wants the courier. And if you need that recipe for like a Wraithband or an Aquila, if that's the thing preventing you from getting the item, it clogs up the courier and just creates problems. So I don't know. Oh well.
MKB, not much happening.
It's the same thing that happened to Abyssal Blade. It's just
Yeah.
better with higher attack speed, and really just better overall.
Necronomicon buffed. Observer and Sentry Wards have an AoE indicator. This is amazing. I
Yeah,
repeat,
it wasn't great at first, but
amazing. It
Yeah,
tells
it's
you
good.
if you're placing a ward and you have it in the wrong spot, it has an X over it, so you know exactly whether or not you
Well,
can place the ward
it's
there.
funny, in Reborn initially, whenever it was still the Reborn beta client, they had this ability, like not the AoE indicator, but you had an indicator of where you could and couldn't place it.
Yeah,
So,
it's
and now
very
it's
useful.
again.
Observer wards now give more of a bounty. This is a buff to supports when their carries aren't being douchebags.
And taking those.
Yeah.
I don't think there's been a podcast yet where you haven't said douchebags, so keeping the trend up.
Sorry, carry as a support player, carries are awful to me. It
Yeah.
hurts. Like
Especially
they're like,
when they complain about wards and they've got plenty of money. Or
yeah, they're like,
if that's the
"Oh."
one thing preventing you from winning, then you can spend 75
Hey,
gold.
I got a
Then
9-minute battle fury because you harassed the offlaner.
nobody
But
gets next
guess
level.
what? I died because I dove 3 towers and there wasn't a ward over the 3rd tower.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah, people blame wards on a lot of things. It's just something that people want to ping about and
Yeah.
use the chat wheel about. So whatever.
Octarine Core now affects the replenish time of charged abilities. Oh,
That's
that's
good.
cool.
I like it. It's for like Earth Spirits and Ember Spirits, and I'm trying to think of other heroes that have. Can you think of other
Not
heroes that
Riki
have that?
anymore.
Riki. Yeah,
Nope.
we're not Riki. Wait, yeah, Riki.
No.
Yeah, Riki.
Nope.
No. Yeah. Oh.
No.
Sniper. No. None
Sniper.
of these heroes, other than Earth Spirit, none of these heroes build Octarine. So
So sad.
yeah.
Orb of Venom
Thank you,
is no
Sonic.
longer a unique attack modifier. It's raining men. Hallelujah. Yeah, sorry. Never mind. I will stop singing.
I don't understand what that had to do with anything.
I'm very happy that Orb of Venom is not a unique attack modifier.
So
It-
men bring you happiness. We found out something new today. Phase Boots. Phase Boots no longer cancels the active whenever it's cast. Whenever you cast something else, so like you would cast Phase Boots and then Shadow Blade, and it would knock out the Phase Boots, so you wouldn't go as
Yeah.
fast. It's not
But now-
huge, but it's nice. It's a comfort buff. It's just a comfort of life. I like it.
Yeah.
And movement speed's reduced by 5. And
But we knew that. Quelling Blade's reduced. Ring of Protection cost is
This is
reduced,
a
but the
buff to
armor
jump
bonus. The Ring of
It's a buff
Protection
to jump
thing.
going to both.
The Ring of Protection thing really annoys me because it is in the exact same spot it was 2 years ago, and I prefer having 3 armor to having 2 armor.
Yeah. But I
I would.
prefer spending 175 gold at the beginning as opposed to.
I don't know. I'd rather have that extra armor for 25 more gold.
Yeah, I would too. But at the beginning of the game, it's nice. That extra
Yeah.
armor's not going to do as much in the early game.
Rod of Atos is getting some nice buffs.
Yeah. It's an item that like nobody builds, and I don't understand why, because it's slows your.
Whoa!
Uh,
Holy crap!
what?
I pick Skywrath Mage into a PA for the simple reason of you deal a lot of burst magic damage.
Yeah.
Rod of Atos is a major item on PA.
Wait a second, you silence PA, which is the most important thing.
Cripple now grants that attack, the target 40% accuracy. This means that the targets attacking that unit will not miss 40% of the time.
Yeah.
PA's
I'm not
Blur
sure how that interacts with Blur.
is 50%. No, this is a direct counter to evasion.
Somewhat. If it interacts that way, yeah.
Well, yeah, that's what it's saying.
So.
Units will not miss 40% of the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
So I really like this. You can justify a support rushing an item because it's cheaper. This is cheaper and frankly much more useful than an MKB. An MKB just kind of at a certain point it just feels meh. Like it's not doing.
Yeah, I've always thought MKB. It is the highest damage output item in the game now, I believe, right? Just overall, it has. It's one of the best damage output items.
Yeah, it's very nice.
Build it unless they're countering evasion, which is kind of sad because it is a very good item, and it's you throw it on top of a sniper too, and it's like you can't run away.
But I mean, can you imagine Rod of Atos on a sniper? Like,
you're not.
Let's say you're going up against.
Don't justify this.
No. Just hear me out here. You get Rod of Atos and Dragonlance. You slow them. They're like a Dragon Knight, right? They run up to you, and you just keep retreating. Suddenly, they're like, "Oh my god, he's been pinging me for the last 5 minutes. He ain't got nothing on you."
I don't know.
Okay, Maim no longer experiences spell immunity. Yeah. Greater Maim no longer experiences spell immunity.
Yeah.
Satanic's duration is increased.
Sanjin Yasha is still the item to get if you're wondering, if you don't know what to buy as a carry.
Yes.
Still get it.
When all else fails, Sanjin Yasha.
If you're right-clicking End Hero, you can buy it. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. Scythe of Vice, a nice little buff. Silver Edge.
I'm going to say this, and I think you'll agree. Scythe needs a buff to be really viable because it's super expensive for support. It should at least.
It also needs a different icon. That icon really confuses me.
I don't know. I think it's the coolest item. I always thought it was the coolest item in the game. Just like
it's a really awesome item, but just the icon's a little bit. It always throws me off.
Not as high quality as those ones, but
no, it's just. Is it a bird?
I don't know. I think it should apply the.
Is it a bird?
I think it should apply break again. I don't like that it doesn't anymore.
Yeah.
And that's what it needs. And it needs to also it needs to be a bigger animal that it turns into. Because it makes it harder to click on once you use Scythe.
Skull Basher has been changed a little bit, but not changed. Just the damage DPS has been changed a little.
Talking about with Abyssal. Same thing.
All in all, I think it's a buff. Smokes.
Huge buff.
Oh my god. So much better. Tangos. Pretty cool.
With a boosted Tango.
Yeah. Tranquil Boots. A little bit disappointing with the armor reduction, but whatever.
Yeah, it's huge. It's annoying though. Yeah, I agree.
Vanguard.
175 with
this is so much better. Instead of 75
the same buff that Crimson Guard gets.
Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah.
Veil of Discord now requires 2 robes of Magi instead of 900 recipe. That's awesome. Can you now buy this solidly in the secret shop?
Side shop.
Yeah.
Um,
Except the null tally.
yeah,
Yeah.
but if you have a null tally, then you probably started with a null tally,
Yeah.
or you well, not if you're building Veil, but
Vit booster has been added to the side shop.
oh,
Ult orb.
I didn't even wait. What? I didn't notice this.
Yeah.
I
Ultimate
swear
orb
you
was
can still.
removed.
I swear you can still buy Ultimate Orb from the side shop.
Nah.
I swear that you
Yasha.
can.
Movement speed was reduced.
What? I swear that you can still buy Ultimate Orb from the side shop. I swear I've done it.
When selling items in all random deathmatch, you now get 85% of this purchase price. Huh. And a lot of characters have Russian voices now, which is kind of cool for all us people who are trying to learn them. You
You
can
Ruskies.
По-русски, да.
Ruskies. Yeah. So, I mean, overall, and just going back through what I've seen so far, heroes like I think Bristle or Brewmaster's going to be just referring to the heroes that we've already covered a month after kind of watching this. Brewmaster, he's not being picked yet, but he's going to be good whenever people start picking him. Bristleback is he's going to be good. Centaur Warrunner's been getting straight buffs for like 5
Death
patches.
Prophet's going to start getting picked more.
Death Prophet is very good right
Faceless
now. Chaos
Void is going to be
very
picked
good.
a lot, and it's already started to happen.
Faceless Void's going to be picked a lot.
Invokers had like a 12% buff in pick ban rates in the pro scene.
Yeah, he's getting picked a ton. He's very good right now.
Yeah.
Dragon Knight's very good. He's the same thing as Brewmaster, except I think he's even stronger. He's not getting picked a whole lot, but huge buffs to him. He's very good. Ember's still getting picked a ton. Gyro, they nerfed him again after this patch, and they reduced the damage of call down again, but he's still going to get picked. He's still very good.
Yeah.
Jakiro's getting picked more often. Huskar's not getting picked at all, thank goodness.
Bane's getting picked more.
Legion's getting picked more. Lifestealer I've seen more actually, but I don't think he's going to get picked more competitively. Lion's picked the same. Luna's not going to get picked more. Lycan is getting picked more. I've seen that more and more. I think Magnus is being played in the offlane more often now. Mirana is getting picked more, but for jungling purposes, which is so stupid. Morphling's getting picked more. That's exciting. That's one of my favorite heroes, even though I'm not good at him. So yeah, I mean, I think it was the same thing as last patch. A lot of people complained back in 6.84 like about Storm Spirit and Leshrac and all those heroes. But we were starting to see more heroes be competitive. And then the last patch, there were definitely some overpowered heroes in terms of like some of them were a lot stronger than others. But I think that last patch we saw a lot of heroes in the meta. So every game was almost different. And I think that this patch is just more of the same.
Yeah.
And I think we're going to see more farming time and less 5 manning. Not yet. People will be more aggressive because they don't know what's super strong yet. But I think over time, the game's going to slow down just a little bit more. We're going to see slightly longer games here and there, but not too bad. I don't think anything's changing substantially. So overall, I think, I think it's going to be a fun patch, and I think we'll have to check in on where we're at. But
yeah, I think it'll be a nice patch. We'll probably see some games of it soon, but no, it's nice.
Yeah, I'm liking everything so far. So I think we're going to get off and probably play one right now.
Yeah.
While we've got some time. So this has been the Trench Heroes cast. AE here, and
this was our view from the trenches.
Yeah, it's our view from the trenches, and glad you could join us. So hope to see you again whenever we start doing some more guides, and hope you enjoy what you're seeing so far. And if you have any tips or anything, any
feedback, we appreciate it much.
Yeah.
Eventually,
So
we'll be
leave a
setting up
comment.
some question and answers. So if anyone ever joins us live on Google Hangouts, maybe you could ask us some stuff.
Yeah. So speaking on behalf of both of us, thank you for tuning in and look forward to seeing you again on the Trench Heroes podcast. Have a good night.